What do you see here? Yeah, you got right. It's a photo frame. And what is it used for? Yes, it is used for keeping a photograph or pasting a photograph. So, today we will deal with the poem A Photograph written by Shirley Tolson of class 11. Welcome to English classroom. Now please bear with me till end to get to know the detailed explanation of this poem. At first come to the poet. Yeah, Shirley Tolson was born on 20th May 1924 in Henley-on-Thames, England. She had a huge passion on writing and was greatly influenced by her father, who was a writer too. Celtic Christianity influenced her greatly that most of her major works like Celtic Alternative in 1987 and Celtic Year in 1993 were on that topic. But these works indeed made her more famous. So now you may ask a question that what is Celtic Christianity? We all know Christianity, but we don't know Celtic Christianity. Christianity is a kind of religion like Hinduism. So what is Celtic Christianity? So though Christianity arrived in Britain in the first century AD, there was not any organized attempt or form. People of England and Ireland practiced a religion as complex as the Roman with many gods. It is called Celtic Christianity. Then Christianity officially arrived in Britain with the mission of Saint Augustine in 597 AD. So this is Celtic Christianity. Now this is about the author. Now come to the introduction to the poem. Yeah. So the poem A Photograph is a tribute to the poet's mother. Three stages of time span is focused here. Note it, very important. First, the poet's mother's enjoyment of sea holidays with her cousins. The second stage takes us 20 or 30 years later. In the third stage, the poet remembers her dead mother with a heavy heart. The poet remembers her mother who died about 12 years ago. There is a photograph taken when her mother had gone for a sea holiday with her cousins and her uncle. Looking at the photograph, she remembers her mother and how she had been nostalgic about her childhood. She expresses her inability to respond to the loss of her mother. So, evidently, you can see that this is the poem is all about a photograph. Here, the poet is, you can say, having a photograph in a hand or the cardboard or the photo frame in a hand and remembering something about her mother. Now come to the text. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. So, first, get to know the difficult words in this stanza. First, cardboard. So, I told you earlier what is cardboard? It's a photo frame, a very stiff paper board on which the photograph was pasted. Then, paddling. Paddling means here walking through the shallow water in bare feet. So, in bare feet, to walk through the shallow water. Why it's called shallow water? Because here in the seashore, the water level is not deep. That's why it's called shallow water. Then there's a mention of big girl. So who is this big girl? Here the big girl is the mother of the poet. Okay, because she was the eldest among the three girls. Now come to the explanation. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling. Okay, so cardboard means the photo frame. So inside the photo frame there is a photograph. There are three girl children. Okay, so when the two girl cousins went paddling, so among them Two girl cousins went paddling with whom? Holding one of my mother's hands. So both of them were holding one of her mother's hands. Means her mother, the poet's mother, was in the middle, and the two cousins who were junior to her were on the both sides. And she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. So here she means the mother of the poet was about 12 years of age at that time. So she was the big girl. Why she is called big girl? Because she was the eldest girl over there. Okay. So this first paragraph is about an enjoyment of the poet's mother's sea holiday. Okay. And the poet can remember it when she looks at the photograph of the three girl children. Now come to the second stanza. And three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed lace, washed their terribly transient feet. So first, let us know the difficult words. Here, first difficult word is terribly. Terribly means extremely. Then transient. Transient means temporary, that is lasting only for a short time, short lasted or short living. Now come to the explanation. So here the photograph shows that all the three girls, the poet's mother and her two cousins, stood still and smiled at the camera when their uncle clicked their photograph at the sea beach. Clear? And a sweet face, my mother's, and the poet's mother had a sweet face. Okay, that was before I was born. And this event, the event of the sea holiday, it was before the poet's birth. So the poet did not, I can say, did not come to this world when these all are happening. That's why she said that it was before my birth all this happens. And the sea, which appears to have changed lace, washed their terribly transient feet. So here sea is representing the nature. As we all know, the nature remains the same. Here, the sea is a part of nature that remains the same, but it washed their terribly transient feet. There means that three girl children. Okay, means the poet's mother and the two cousins. To wash their terribly transient feet. Really, at that day, it may wash their feet, but if you delve deep into the line, you can find the meaning that actually it washed away their transient life, because on this earth the life of human being is transitory, is short lasted. Okay, that's why it is called transient feet. On the other hand, the sea is not transient. Sea is a part of nature. That's why, being a part of nature, the sea is eternal. It can live eternally. Okay. And on the other hand, the human beings, here the girl children, they cannot live eternally because they are mortal beings. That's what is called that the sea water washed the terribly transient feet of the cousins. Okay. So here the feet is only referred, but actually what is meant? The life is meant, because these girl children changed in their lives gradually. They became old and they died gradually. That's why it is called transient feet only, but it meant the transient lives of human beings. Okay. Now come to the next stanza. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See, Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past. Mine is her laughter, both wry with the labored ease of loss. So first come to the word meanings, important word meanings. So wry, what is wry? Wry means not in a proper shape, means out of proper shape. Okay, so this is the meaning of wry. Then labored. Labor means achieved after a lot of hard work done with great effort. So, giving great effort is called labored. So, here in this stanza, what is said? Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. So, after that sea holiday, it is now after 20 years or 30 years of that sea holiday, she would laugh at the snapshot because at that time she would be a mature person. Okay, that's why she would laugh at that you can say pose of the girl children or the cousins, and she would say, "See Betty and Dolly." So who are these names? These are the cousins of her mother, Betty and Dolly. See Betty and Dolly, and look how they dressed us for the beach. And how they means their parents might be how their parents might dressed them, or you can say dress them for the beach or the sea holiday. Okay, so that's why as she is now matured, that's why she is laughing at the photograph or the snapshot. Now the very important line: the sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. So what does it mean? The sea holiday was past for her mother, for the mother of the poet, and for me is her laughter. And for me, my mother's laughter is the past. Means when my mother loved at that photograph, then I was born. Okay. That's why when my mother laughed at the photograph, I was there. So I can clearly remember the laughter of my mother. So I can remember the times, the quality time that I spent with my mother. Okay, that's why she said the sea holiday was the past of her mother, but the laughter of her mother is her past. Her means the poet's past, and both of them now actually are feeling a kind of loss. What kind of loss? Here, the mother felt the loss of those days, those golden days, and the days, enjoyable days when she would laugh at the photograph. And secondly, the poet felt the loss of her mother because her mother is no longer with her. And both means both the memory Rai. So the sea holiday and the laughter of my mother. So both of them Rai means out of proper shape. They do not have proper shape with the labor is of loss. Now think deeply, very important is how they are out of the proper shape. Because whenever you get angry with someone, if you cannot take revenge on that person immediately, your anger would decrease gradually. Similarly, the pain of loss for the mother was the sea holiday, and for the poet was her mother. The pain of loss of sea holiday for the mother, and pain of loss for, I can say, pain of loss of her mother for the poet. These things are decreasing day by day. How? Because time heals everything. Time is the best healer. So time heals the loss. That's why these things, these memories, they are getting wry, means out of proper shape. They are getting, you can say, faded with the time, with the span of time. That's why it is called. Both are wry with the labored ease of loss. What kind of labor? Labor means the hard work, the great effort. So what kind of great effort it is? Because all this time, before 12 years, it is not mentioned here, it will be mentioned in the last stanza, that her mother died long ago. So during this time, the poet felt the loss and was grieved very much, and every day she remembered her mother. But with this effort, gradually the that labor comes to an ease. So due to this labor, okay, time made it an ease for the poet. So this labor now comes to a comfort. So ease means here what? Ease means comfort. So now due to this labor and due to the healing of the time, that loss is now giving comfort. So the third is called both wry with the labor ease of loss. Okay, next stanza. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. So here the word meaning is circumstance, means situation or state. So what does this mean? The line, now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, means as the girl means as that girl was, as the girl was old at that time, means at that time when they were enjoying the sea holidays, the girl was 12 years old. It was mentioned in the first stanza. So it means that now the poet's mother has been dead nearly for 12 years, because it said as that girl lived, means as that girl was that time, means that girl was of 12 years at the time. That's why it is said that now her mother is dead for 12 years. And in this span of time, the poet did much labor, okay, to remember her mother, and due to the time heals everything. So time healed his loss. Now it has become an ease for her. And of this circumstance, still, though 12 years passed, of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Because, so what is the circumstance? What does the circumstance stand for? Here the circumstance stands for the death of her mother. So the death of her mother, after the death of her mother, there is nothing to say at all. So the poet cannot find any word to say about her mother's death, to say about the loss of her mother, because its silence silences. Because the death of her mother, it silences. So the death's silence silences, because now her mother is dead, so she is silent. So this silence silences the poet. This silence makes the poet mute, makes the poet to be quiet. She cannot say, she cannot even express her pain. She cannot even express her, you can say, her grief. So this is the explanation of this poem. If you find any doubt, you can mention in the comment section. Okay. Now come to the important phrases of this poem. Very important phrases. So first one, in the second stanza you can find the phrase transient feet. So here the phrase transient feet shows how transient, temporary human life is as compared to nature. The word transient indicates the ever changing lives of human beings as well as the shortness of their stay in this world, in contrast to the eternality of nature. The girl's life changed drastically during this period, but the sea has not changed. Next phrase. The next phrase is the sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. You can find it in the third one. Here the mother missed her past. Which past? The sea holidays, and found it amusing. Okay, and the daughter missed her past with her mother, means the memory with her mother. That is the time she spent with her mother when she was alive. That's why she said, mine is her laughter. Next one is very important phrase for this poem. Okay, underline this phrase, labor is of loss. What does this mean? So it is difficult for her, for the poet, to forget her mother and put behind her past and move on. It is ease. Why it is difficult? Because he had to do much labor to forget her mother. Okay, but it is ease because the pain of the loss is reduced with time. Time acts as a healer and the daughter moves on. That's why it is a combination of labor and ease. Labor signifies the pain she felt during this time, these 12 years, and the ease signifies the comfort that the time gives her as a kind of healing. So time acts as the healer and daughter moves on. So even though she hasn't really forgotten her mother, but she is not even in as greater pain now as he was when her mother died. So now he is not in that kind of great pain as when she was when her mother died. When her mother died 12 years ago. That's why it is called labored ease of loss. Here it is, I can say, a kind of oxymoron is used. Two drastically opposite words are juxtaposed here, labor and ease. Okay, that's why it is called oxymoron. I will discuss it in the poetic device section in the next video. Next phrase. Its silence silences. This is the last line of the poem, is very significant. So here what does it mean? Death can numb you and leave you at a loss of words. Here the same happens to the poet. She cannot express everything in anything she cannot express. The finality of death and the loss cannot be expressed in words. Death can silence you and leave you speechless. And it is proved in this poem when the poet says that the death of her mother, this circumstance silences her. So the silence around her, because her mother is not there alive. That's why this silence silences the poet. So this is all about this poem today. In my next class, I will discuss about the poetic devices, the theme, the rhyme schemes of the poem. Thank you.